Hey there, everybody. Dansber here, coming at you with devlog number 5. And I guess before we jump into the actual game development part of it, I want to talk about a couple milestones. So first, development-wise, I hit day 365 days of development, like actual development time. I started, I think, October 2024, so it's been well over a year calendar days, but there were months at a time when I couldn't, manage to find any time to do game development. And the other thing is, recently, my entire family, we moved overseas, which is, partially describes the delta between the dev time and calendar days. Now, what I want to do, the main focus of this is combat. But before then, I wanted to showcase, well, the menu looks a little different. But I added in particular something to the stats screen. So we've seen this before. I think it's been a little while. But you check Orin out, you can see level experience. Then the next is he needs 74 more experience to make it to level 11. You can see his base stats, which is just Orin himself. No equipment. On hit, he doesn't have any elemental damage, but he does have some passives. Focus and aura are what those two are. And you can, get an idea of what he's good at. So high agility, hit points, strength, and vitality, but not great otherwise. And he also has, for secondary stats, which is the bottom left stat wheel, he has pretty good counter, evade, crit, guts, and multi-attack. But the new thing is, modified stats takes equipment into consideration. So he, from his equipment, he has not much physical defense. So for example, the top left wheel, the bottom spoke there is vitality, which corresponds to physical defense. So, if we were to go shopping, we might want to prioritize that. I could even, real quick, I'll cheat myself some items. So if we were to, oh yeah, see all that stuff you can equip? Let's slap on, say, a fire claw. Let's remove this claw. Maybe slap on some shades. Shades are pretty cool. Tactical vest. And let's do a firing and a regen ring. Let's see what that does for him. Pop back into stats. The equipment changed. Base stats shouldn't have changed at all. And now we see, what do we see? On hit, due to the fire claw, he would deal fire damage. And from the fire ring, he has fire defense. The light defense is probably from the shades, and the regen ring gave him regenerate. That's what I want to show from here. Also, what else? Let's slap M1R1 in the back, because combat-wise, she is not very polished. Okay, now, finally, hop into combat. I should mention, what's going to happen in this video might be just as much a surprise to me as everyone else. Because, things are determined somewhat randomly. So you go to your abilities. This screen changed just a little bit. You see up top there's a little clock. And for these three abilities, rake, block, and protect, it's green. For rend, it's blue with the number 1. I mean, rend is currently, it's warming up. So it's kind of chilly. If you were to use it, it costs 5 AP, which is just 5 times the number of rounds that are left. And Orin, he is not like some sort of Uber caster, but he has access to the words. I'll do that in a minute. I have been working on the sync screen, which is this, but it's not quite presentable yet. And then items, let's not use any items today. And fleeing works. So if Orin say, let's have him rake, I don't know, the bunny. Then Therese, shoot, dodge. Here, so repair is even, it needs to warm up even longer. So it's even chillier. so it costs 10 AP if she were to use it. Essentially, players are encouraged, but not forced, to go by warming down, like warm downs and cool ups. But if they really need to use an ability in a pinch, they can do so before it's ready, just at a cost. Let's have Therese cast, say, technically it's, lore-wise, instead of casting a spell, it's saying a word. So multi-effect, the water and electric, but then you draw out the electric part of that. Because multi-target, you could target all the allies, but it's not a good day. Well, for the allies. And Edmund, let's have him. Oh, you know what? Before I have Edwin do that, I showed this last time. I guess there's not much to show here. There's a whole bunch of placeholder stuff. We'll return to that in a minute. And let's have Edwin do, say, let's just have him cower for now. What's going to happen is, the main thing I'm working on is implementing an effect system. So, effects in combat, when they're actually the things you can see, they can be, they can consist of particles, lines, or sprites that I draw myself. So just, I don't know, watch and see all the stuff that happens. Okay, the bunny fled. Orin raked. Oh, there is one placeholder left. Orin, he doesn't actually do his attack animation. So there's Trez, boom, boom, boom. The Larvac had red text, or orange text, because it was weak. Then the next dude had white text as normal, and the Goomshroom over there is immune. Also, Rake. Oh, hey, look, Rend. Now, the number is 0, and AP cost is 0 because it's warmed up. Let's have him Rend. And Therese, she can just dodge. Edwin can cower. Also want to point out, if you watch Orin's Rend ability, it's from the top right to the bottom left. So rending is supposed to be like slower and more powerful and like bloody compared to Rake. And let's, you know what? We can have him block. And Therese. So the last lightning effect was only level 1, but we can do a level 2 lightning effect. So we already know this guy is immune. Oh wait, the bunny. You can barely see the bunny still. I need to fix that. Oh, you know what? Well, got a bug to fix. The Goomshroom. Something weird happened there. Oh yeah, so I added the end of combat victory screen there, so you can level up. They do their little animations. 119 hit points. So Edwin gets a lot of mind when he levels up. And I think every multiple of 5 is a bigger level. So normally you wouldn't get, 32 of a stat in a single level. Let's do some more word usage. So Orin, let's have him, let's do a mid-level light damage. Let's have Therese do a mid-level electric damage. And Edwin, he can, say, do Omnivigor, which does every beneficial status effect. So there's the cast, followed by the actual damage. No audio yet. That'll be the next big step. And we can get smacked around a little bit. Therese did... so if you rewind the video, you would see that is it's a beefier lightning kind of spell. There's the rainbowish vigor effect. I should probably lower that a little bit. Orin can counter. Oh, so notice again, the rake went from the top right to the bottom left. This time, let's have Orin do what? Let's have him bestow a vigor and grant a buff to, I don't know, Therese. So she already has all the vigors thanks to Edwin. Oh, which is also why people are they have the stats cycling on the bottom. Let's have Therese impose an inflict, which would be a negative status effect on the enemy. And Edwin, let's have him buff everyone. So this time Orin, again the light cast. And he did a buff, a positive status effect, and a positive stat boost. Oh, Therese countered with a shot. And then she follows up, inflicting that poor slime. Omni buff is like a buff effect, but, you know, all the buffs. And now I'm taking like no damage because my stats are all beefy. Well, Therese in this case. And I'm regenerating just a little because I'm taking just a little damage. And for slime, passives, the middle one there is due to Therese casting the inflict on it. So it's stunned, which means it has a chance to lose its turn. And, you know, I guess I'll do one more thing. Let's do a even higher level offensive light ability on, let's say, everything. Why not? Oh, wait. Everything will be this one. And then Therese, let's have her shoot again. Why not? And Edwin can cower. So it should be... Ah, there we go. Granted, his mind is kind of low, so it's not going to do a ton of damage. Ah, but he killed two of them. Oh, and he gets a multi-attack. Isn't that nice? Which... Man, that bunny's got a lot of health. Oh, killed it. Yay, got nuts and experience. And I got an item. And I suppose that is everything I wanted to do. So if you watched this far, many thanks, and progress continues. Have a good one.